She's like the Atma. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Sruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavatpada Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankara Acharyam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krito Vande Bhagavando Vanah Punaha. Shri Ganesh Sarda Gurubhyo Namaha. Tell this sloka. Ajah sarveshvara siddhaha.
Ajah sarveshvara siddhaha.
Siddhi sarvadirachyutaha.
Siddhi sarvadirachyutaha.
Vrishakapiramayatma.
Vrishakapiramayatma.
Sarvayoga vinisrutaha.
Sarvayoga vinisrutaha.
So the first name is Ajah. So A is a negative. A means no. Jaha means born. Ajah means not born. Jaha means one who is born. Anujaha. Anu means after. Anujaha means one who is born after. Ajah means unborn. So what Shankara writes, Na jayate iti ajaha. Na jayate, one who is not born, is known as Ajah. And he quotes the Rigveda here. Na jato, na janishyate. He is not born, neither he will be born. He was not born in the past, neither is he going to be born in the future. And then Bhagavan says in the Mahabharata, Nahi jato na jayeham na janishye kadachanaha. I was never born, I am never in the state of being born, nor I shall be born in the future. Tasmat Ajah Mahasmritaha. Hence they call me Ajah. This is true to any living being, any living soul, anybody who has the sense of I. They are not. That sense of I is not born, and that sense of I remains constant. It never ages. When you say, I am happy, it doesn't matter whether you are 10-year-old or 15-year-old or 60-year-old. When you make that statement, that I does not have a limitation of time, space and body. So that sense of I is Atma, and that is Ajah. So there are three things which are Ajah in this world. One is Vishnu, who is Ajah, the creator. And then you are also Ajah, the created. And then what helps Ishvara to create you is Maya. That is also Ajah. Because Maya is feminine gender, she is called Ajah. So there is this famous Sukta, Narayana Sukta, there they say, Mahanarayana Upanishad, Ajah ekam lohita shukla krishnam bahvim prajam janayantim sarupam. There is one Ajah, meaning Maya. Eka, she is only one. There are no many Mayas. Bhagavan has only one Maya. But that Maya has many Shaktis. Because we had the word last week, Naika Mayaha, meaning one who has many Maya Shaktis. So she is Eka. And she has got these three Shaktis, Lohita, Shukla and Krishna. Lohita means red, Shukla means white, and Krishna means dark. So red means passion, Rajas. Shukla means white, meaning Satvik, Sattva, goodness. And Krishna means darkness or ignorance. So these are the three Shaktis of Maya. So with that, what does she do? Janayantim sarupam prajam. She creates. Like her, with the Trigunas, she creates all the living beings. That is why all living beings, they wake up, they are born in Sattva. They sustain themselves with activity in Rajas. And then they go back to resting in Tamas. A normal cycle is called a day and night. The larger cycle is called birth and death. There is a similarity between birth and death. In birth, you come with the previous longings and then you live your life. In the day, you go into sleep with today's longings and wake up with the same longings tomorrow. So birth and death are similar to day and night, in the sense that we pick up where we left from. Tomorrow we shall pick up from where we left tonight, and the next birth we pick up from where we left in the previous birth. So if you want to really know what you are going to do tomorrow, all you have to do is some self-examination tonight. If you examine yourself, what are the most arresting tendencies you have? What are the most things prioritized by your mind? That's what you'll be continuing tomorrow. So if you want to correct your next birth, then you have to start working in this birth. So that is the meaning of Ajah. And this Ajah, this birthless, why is he talking about this birthless? Because this sense of not being born and the sense of not being gone is very intrinsic to the human soul. Every soul knows this in this heart, that it is unborn, that it is not going to die. It knows in the heart. The mind does not know, but the soul has this intrinsic nature, capacity to be eternal, because it is eternal. Bhagavan says that in the Gita, Ajayate mriyade vagadajit nayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha ajaha nityaha shashvataha puranaha ayam nahanyate hanyamane sharire. When the body is gone, the soul does not go. That is a statement of Bhagavan in the Gita. So, how does this eternity manifest in our day-to-day life? A perverted understanding of this eternity makes us cling on to things. We want to make sure that we are always here, because you already are here, but not in the body, in your essence, in your spirit. But because of your wrong understanding, you want your body to be here. So what do? You engrave your name in gold. Do you think that forever my name is going to be read by? You make statues of yourself, make pictures, because that is a tendency of the soul. It knows it is eternal, but because it identifies with the body and the name and the form, it wants that name written somewhere and perpetuate it through a son, through a daughter, through a name, through a charity. But in reality, you don't have to do all this. Please do charity. But you don't have to really worry about your name or your being perpetuated, because you already are eternal. But then how do I get that eternity? By understanding. How did you get into the mess in the first place? By not understanding. It is avidya, or not understanding this swarupa of yours, is getting you into trouble. So understanding, you have to get through this insecurity of thinking that you will be gone. And the second most clinging problem of people is happiness. They think that they are not already happy. Happiness is your nature, you are happy. That's why morning you wake up, first you go and engrave your name in the bridge, because you want to perpetuate your presence in the world forever. Second thing, you want to be happy. So you go by things that will give you happiness. And for that you have to work really hard to set up that kind of happiness. Why? Because that happiness is going to buy you only few minutes of happiness. In Tamil there is a saying, Kasu Keta Dosai. It means if you pay for one dosha, you will only get that much.
Yeah.
So happiness is like that. But your internal happiness is not dependent on the dosha. You can have it. How? By understanding. Just like you can have eternity, which already you are, by understanding, happiness also you can gain merely by understanding. So that is why he is called as Ajah. Why is he Ajah? Why is he unborn? What is the reason? Because he is sarveshvara. Sarveshvara is actually a repeated concept. The first name of Vishnu was Vishwam Vishnu. Sarvam Ishvaraha. Vishwam Vishnu is nothing but Sarveshvaraha. Who is an Ishvara? Ishvara means one who has overlordship. Suppose you go to a house. Who is the boss of the house?
The owner.
The lady.
Thank you.
You have to ask. We call her Griha Lakshmi. It doesn't matter whatever you call it, whether it is America or India. The boss is, and does he have her existence in each and every bedroom and basement and bathroom? No. If you call her with the calling bell, she will answer at the door. But then she has her presence all over the house. So Ishvara is a person who has complete control of that structure. Just like the Griha Lakshmi controls the whole of the house. The sun god. Sun god means you don't imagine somebody wearing a helmet and like a fireman. Just like the lady does not have to be in the bathroom to own the bathroom. Own the house, she does not make herself present in each and every inch of the house. Merely by looking at the ownership, you can see her name is written there. She owns every inch of that property. Similarly, the sun god, he owns every inch of the sun globe. Like that Bhudevi, she owns every inch of this Bhuloka. So these are all called Ishwaras. Hiranyagarbhati Pipilikantam. What is a Pipilika? An ant. You know, the ant, they have anklets in their leg. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa said that God is he who can hear the noise of the anklets of the ants. That's what he said. So he must have seen it. So the ant is the Ishvara of ant hill. Who is the Ishvara of ant hill? Ant. Because ant hill belongs to the ant. And Hiranyagarbha means Brahma, Chaturmukha Brahma. He is the Lord of the universe. So from Pipilika to ant, everybody has got some kind of ownership. This ownership you have to give up when the overlord comes. Suppose you say that this is my house and take your friend. So both of us, we are having a good time. When the Griha Lakshmi enters, your boss, you are not a boss anymore. She becomes the super boss. Similarly, Brahma is the super boss of the entire creation. So each level, each of these creatures, the Bhutas, has got certain ownership. So they are all Ishwaras. But these Ishwaras will get sublated. When a better, stronger boss comes, the lesser boss has to give up his Ishwaratva. So that is why he is Ishvara of even Brahma, Sarveshvara. Sarveshvara means the sun has to give his Surya Mandala. The Vayu has to give up his Vayu Mandala. Everyone has to give up his Ishvara when Vishnu arrives. That is why he is called as Sarveshvaraha. How does that this house belongs to this person and that house belongs to that person? How do you differentiate between this area? Because this house is registered on your name. Hence you have got adhikar over this house. You cannot have ownership, or you cannot boss around in the neighborhood house. That is because you have made this house. How did you make this house? With mud, with bricks, with materials. We call it Upadana Karanam. What is Upadana Karanam? The materials by which you make the product, the world. That which you own, you make with a material. Like this shirt, it is made of what? Fabric. So whatever the qualities of the fabrics are, softness, the color, they all go into making that shirt. So all the karana gunas or the qualities of the cause, karya gune sankramate, they get into the effect. So your ownership of the house was because of you providing the material. You provided the material for whoever arranged it, who put together. So you are the owner, Ishvara of that house. And Ishvara, Sarveshvara, Vishnu is the owner of this place because he is the one who gave this material to create this universe. The universe was created by the 5 elements. That was provided by Sarveshvara. But there is a difference between you and him. The difference between you and him is, you own the material. You are not the material. But in his case, he himself is the material. So Vishnu is not different from this world. How? Because Vishwam Vishnuhu. Vishnu is right here everywhere. And he is not different from this world. All world is in him. But he is not in the world. He is more than the world. Let us put it that way. How? The example is the dream state. When you dream, you go to New York or you go to India in your dream. Where did that plane come from in your dream? It came from your memories. Where did the plane come from? You cannot go in a rocket to India because you never traveled to India in a rocket. You always travel by Air India.
What if you have an overactive imagination?
Then of course you can travel in a dinosaur. Even that memory, it's because you have imagined. It is the remembrance of your imagination then, if not reality. So it's all possible for you in the dream. But where does the material of that rocket come? Of that dinosaur come? Of that plane come? Do you have steel inside your head? How did you get that picture? It looks so real. As though you are talking to me, you can talk to me in the dream. And at that point, who is providing that material? Who is creating that plane? It is you. You are the Ishvara of your dream world. Similarly, Vishnu can create this world with his power. Just like you have Taijasa Shakti, you are called Taijasa. Taijasa means bright. There is some kind of brightness in consciousness. That is what works in your dream world. Similarly, Vishnu's power, Maya Shakti, it works and creates all these names and forms. So just like when you wake up, you realize what you dreamt was limited to that period of time. Similarly, when you wake up to truth of Vishnu, of reality, then you will realize the truth of this world. So that is why he is known as Sarveshvara. Just like you can provide materials for your dream, he can provide the materials for his creation. Whereas you as a Ishvara, you can only provide material from outside of you. You cannot provide it from inside of you in your waking state. You can do it in your dream state. You can daydream. But in reality, in your real state, you have to take the material from another person. Who is that another person? Ishvara, Vishnu. Vishnu provides you with all your material. But he himself does not require the material. That is why he is called as Sarveshvara. So what does Shankara write for Sarveshvara? Sarvesham Ishvaranam api Ishvaraha. Esha Sarveshvaraha Sarvavit. That is what the Brihadaranyaka Shukla Yajurveda says. Ajah Sarveshvaraha Siddhaha. What is the meaning of Siddhaha? Siddhaha means Nishpannaha, one who is already attained. So you don't have to really go and search Vishnu anywhere. Why? Because it's already Siddha. How? Just like a person is thinking that he lost his necklace and he's searching everywhere. Then his friend comes and tells, it is right on your neck. Then suddenly he can feel the weight of the necklace. Before that he couldn't feel it. But when he was pointed out, he could feel the weight. So where was the weight before? It was covered by his ignorance. But the moment it was pointed out, he got it. So Vishnu is like that. It is the forgotten necklace. He is buried inside you. That is why he is called as Siddhaha. You know, Tulsidas, he wrote a beautiful book called Ramacharita Ramayana. The very first verse, the book of Ramayana is about whom? About Rama. So what would you expect? The first verse, you would think that it is dedicated to Rama. No. He dedicates it to Bhavani and Shankara. Bhavani Shankaro Vande. That is the first verse in Tulsidas Ramacharita. Bhavani Shankaro Vande. I salute Bhavani and Shankara. Why do I do that? Shraddha Vishwasa Rupino. Because Bhavani provides with Shraddha. Shankara provides with Vishwasa. What is Shraddha? Shraddha is unflinching faith. And Vishwasa is commitment. So without faith and commitment, you cannot understand Ramayana. That's what he says. Bhavani Shankaro Vante Shraddha Vishwasa Rupino Yabhyam Vina Nasiddhyanti. Without them you cannot attain. What you cannot attain? Siddha Swantastamishwaram. You cannot attain Rama who is inside you. And how is that Rama? Siddhaha. He is already there, already attained. But you have to realize. You have to realize that you have it. So how do you realize that you have Rama inside you? Shraddha Vishwasa Rupino. With the blessings of Bhavani and Shankara, you attain Shraddha and Vishwasa. Then Siddhaha. Then Ishvara is already inside you, becomes manifest. So that is the meaning of Siddhaha. That is what Shankara writes. Nitya Nishpannatvat Siddhaha. Nitya means always. There was never a time that he was not in you. Because you won't be alive without him. As consciousness, he is there. He is Siddhaha. So that is the meaning of Siddhaha. Already attained. Ajah sarveshvara Siddhaha. The next one is Siddhihi. Siddhihi means Niradishaya Sukham, Niradishaya Rupam. Adishaya means something better than this. Adishaya means surprising, greater. This Vishnu is a Siddhi which has nothing greater than it. Why? Because normally the goal of every religion is attaining heaven. What is the goal of every religion? Attaining heaven, which we call Swarga. Swarga is the goal of every religion. But in the Bhagavad Gita he says, Tetam bhuktva swargalokam vishalam. He indeed bhuktva enjoys vishalam swargalokam, the heaven that is vast in nature. Kshine punye martya lokam vishanti. But once your punya is kshina, once your merits are exhausted, martya lokam vishanti, they come back to the earth. So it is pointed out that Swarga is attained by your punya, by your good works. Once that the effect of the good work is exhausted, then you have to come back from there. But Vishnu is not like that. He is Nirtishaya. Once you attain Vishnu, then you don't have to come back. That is the meaning of Siddhi. That is what he says. Shankara says here, Swargadinam vinashitvat aphalatvam. Siddhi means phalam. Siddhi means what? Phalam, success. Siddhi, phalam. Swarga is not phalam. Why? Because after exhausting your punya, you have to come back. But Vishnu, once you attain, then you don't come back. Nasa punaravartate, nasa punaravartata iti. That's what the Upanishad says. Once you attain Vishnu, you never come back. Why? Sarva vastushu samvidrupatvat. Because he is the one who is in the form of consciousness, awareness in all beings. Once you become aware, once you wake up to that reality of Vishnu, then there is no coming back. Just like you are sleeping and dreaming, you wake up, then there is no going back. That is only an example, because tomorrow again you can sleep. So the similarity ends only in waking up. Every example is like that. It can only reveal part of it. So that is siddhi. Having attained which, you don't have to come back like Swarga. Ajah sarveshvara siddhaha siddhihi. The next one is sarvadihi. Sarvabhutanam adi karanam. So when you find out that you are in a certain difficulty, you can always trace that difficulty into the previous cause. Whatever your difficulties are, suppose you have mental difficulties, go and sit in the couch. So that psychologist, he does not give you a magic pill. He will talk to you. He will talk and find out, what did you do in your childhood? What is bothering you? What is your background? What is in your subconscious? He will analyze it. So always, in order to find the present problems, the cure to your present problem, which is karya, which is the effect of what? Of a previous context, certain circumstances, state. So if you find out that, then you can absolve this. That is how you absolve. So he being sarvadihi, the cause of all causes, Ishvara Parama Krishnaha Satchidananda Vigraha Satchit Ananda, pure consciousness and happiness, that he is Sarva Karana Karanam. He is the cause of all causes. He being the cause of all causes, when you trace your problems, slowly when you go back, tracing the cause of the cause, you keep on solving all these problems. It will take time, but if you patiently do this karyasya karane samanvayaha, resolving your effects in the cause, eventually you will get to the sarva karanam. That is Vishnu. Why? Because he is anadihi. Because for all your causes there is adi. Adi means what? Beginning. Any problem you have, definitely it will have a cause. But it will all end up in Vishnu. Hence he is called as Anadihi. So that is how we win over the scientists. The scientists, they will always say that everything comes from a cause. Finally they will end up in Big Bang. And where did the Big Bang come from? Then they won't have any answer. So we end up everything in Vishnu, in Brahman, in consciousness, in awareness. And who is that awareness? Who else? You. You are that awareness. Because you are also in that awareness. That answer the scientist cannot give you. That he is Sarvadihi. Because even their Big Bang is predated by something else. And that is Vishnu. And he himself does not have an Adi. That is the answer. You don't have to be satisfied with the answer. You have to find out. So read the Shastra and find out how Vishnu is Sarvadihi. There is answers to that. Sarvadihi. Okay, if he is Sarvadi, the next question is, Just like you said that when we go to heaven, Swarga, we come back after your punya is exhausted. Can't it happen to Vishnu? Can't he come back from the Milky Ocean when his father-in-law is upset with him? No. Why? Because he is Achyutaha. Why? Because he is Achyutaha. Chutaha means the fallen. Chuta means to fall. So we are all fallible. Achyutaha means infallible. Because there is no place you will find where there is no consciousness, where there is no Vishnu. Where can he fall? There is no place where he is not. Hence he is Achyutaha. So that verse is over now. Ajah sarveshvara siddhaha siddhis sarva virachyutaha. The next one is Vrisha Kapihi. Okay, there are two words in this, Vrisha and Kapi. The word Kapi means the drinker of water. Pa means to drink. Pa means what? P. P means to drink. Pina. P means to drink. Ka means water. Kam means water. Vrisha means varshati, to shower. So all the water is showered by sun. And wherever the water goes, it has to end up in the ocean. And again the sun drinks it with his rays. Sun has 1 billion rays. So all the rays, they go and, like a straw, goes and dips itself in the ocean and it sucks it back. He eliminates all the salt and gives pure water. So that is why sun is called what? Vrisha Kapihi. Vrisha means Varshati Jalam. Kapi means Kam Toyam Pibadi. Kapi, drinking of water. Varshati, showering of water. So Vrisha Kapihi means the sun. Again, the sun is not the sun. The being which makes the sun is the sun. What is that being? Vishnu. So Vrisha Kapi is Vishnu, the consciousness. Nadad bhasayate suryo nasashanko napavakaha. The moon does not shine by himself. Who provides light for the moon? Sun. The sun does not shine by himself. Who provides light for the sun? Vishnu. Bhishasvad vadah pavate bhishode di suryaha. So Vrishakapihi is the sun. This is the word meaning. Now let us see what Shankara writes. Shankara says, Varshanat Vrishaha, because he showers. What does he shower? Sarva Kamaha. Whatever you desire, he can shower on you. Hence Vishnu is called Vrisha. In the form of what he showers? Dharma. So it doesn't mean that whatever Trump will ask, he will provide. He will be providing you only if you are dharma. Vrisha means dharma. So he will do the varsha, shower, only if it is dharmic. That's what he says in the Gita. Dharma viruddho kamosmi. I am kama. But dharma aviruddha. Not opposed to the laws of nature. The laws of cosmic laws. The cosmic law of dharma. The cosmic law of dharma itself is Vishnu. That's why he is called Vrisha. Vrisha means dharma, which is Vishnu. So that is the meaning of Vrisha by Shankara. What is the meaning of Kapihi? P means Pati. Shankara writes P means Pati, to protect. Ka means water. One who protected from waters. Who protected who from waters? Vishnu, as Varahavatara, he lifted the sinking earth up into the surface. So Kapihi means Varahavatara. So Vrisha means Dharma, Kapi means Varaha Avtara. That is the meaning of Vrisha Kapihi.
Can it also not be Matsya Avatar?
Matsya Avatara, he protected the Vedas. He protected the Vedas. Varaha Avatara, he protected the earth itself. The Bhumi was sinking and it was protected by him. He lifted. Kurma, he lifted the Manthara mountain. All these stories are stories. They all are trying to tell you something. So when you are in a class of Purana, Balavihar, Amar Chitrakada, then you should listen to the stories. When you come to Satsanga, you understand the concepts. Both you should know. You should know the stories and the driving force. There is a principle behind these stories that we should also try to understand. So Vrisha Kapihi would mean Dharma and Varaha Avatara. That is one meaning. So Vrisha Rupatvat, Kapi Rupatvat, Vrisha Kapihi. Because he is Dharma, because he is Varaha Avatara, he is called as Vrisha Kapihi. So in the beginning he said that Yani, Namani, Gaunani, Vikhyatani, all his Vikhyata gunas. Vikhyata means famous. Famous gunas. What are the famous gunas? That he lifted the earth from the primordial waters. That's a great guna. You and I don't have it. That he lifted the mountain with his little finger. He did that. We don't have it. These are all his guna. That's why he say Rishibhihi Parigitani. They are already sung by the Maharshis in the Itihasas and Puranas and the Vedas. That's what you will find, that he'll be talked about as Ajah, the birthless. What is the story in birthless? Who can talk about birthless for 5 minutes? He'll be done talking about it. But Vrisha Kapihi he can talk. You can say how he lifted this earth from the primordial water. So when you are feeling little sleepy, he'll introduce Varaha Avatara. Then when you are awake, again he'll go back to philosophy. Philosophy, story. Story, philosophy. That is how the scriptures work. But stories, you have to forget the story part and take the... Yeah, you have to be a kapi. You have to drink it. You have to drink the idea behind it. So, Vrisha Kapihi. What is the next one? Ameyatma. Iyan iti matum na shakyate. There are 3 words. A means not. Meya and Atma. What is Atma? Atma means Swarupa. Atma means you. So if I ask you, who are you? You say that this is my Swarupa. Because you can know that. You can really know. Even if it is mistaken notion, still you can know who you are. It might not be 100% right. But still you can have a knowledge of yourself. But in the case of Vishnu, Ameya Atma, you cannot understand his Atma. Meya means measurable. One can always assess and measure oneself. Because we are all Meya Atmas. How do you assess yourself? With certain names and forms. You can call a name, manager, father, friend, student. And then you can assign a form. As a student, you can wear a uniform. So these names and forms basically help you to measure yourself and others. How do you measure others? How do they reveal themselves to you? They will not reveal the whole thing. They will say, I will tell you everything about myself. But they cannot. Why? Because your karma and your jnana can stay only with you. Nobody can know you and do something to you than yourself. I cannot carry your knowledge. Your knowledge and your action belong to you. And your choices of your action also belong to you. But the choice to know does not belong to you. The choice to do does belong to you. So Meyatma means one who can be understood. Atma means Swarupa. Meya means understood. Ameyatma, one whose Swarupa cannot be understood. Why? Because he is the person who is understanding. So na shakyate madum parichetum. You cannot, in order to understand anything, first you have to make it tangible. What do they say in America? Like they say, let me simplify it for you. They have that, you can get geography in one chart. The whole story of Earth will be in one geography for idiots, made easy. In just one paper you can tell you the whole thing. So why you know that you cannot learn geography in one page. You know that for sure. So, but how do you reduce? Reduction is done by limiting things. That's called Meyam. Meya means limiting things. By measuring. You cannot measure the sky, but you can measure the sky inside this room. If you capture the sky means space. If you capture the space in these four walls, then you can measure it. From this wall to this wall, the sky is this much. Then the sky becomes Meya. So, in order to measure something, you have to limit it. It has to be tangible. You have to hold it. If you hold it, then you can measure it. All of us are like that. We always try to understand a person by judging him. We will tell, oh, he has a cotton shirt. That means he is worth this much. He speaks South Indian English. Oh, that means he is from Texas. So we try to, how do you try to understand them? By limiting them. It might not be true to that person, but how does he know what you think? So you have to limit that concept. Unless you make that concept tangible, you won't be able to get it as a fact. That fact need not be a fact, but it does the job for you. It will do the job. So that's how you move in life. Everything is understood first by making it tangible, by accessible, and you access it by limiting it. If I take you as you are, as the glorious person you are, with all your 10 billion or whatever you are worth, you are not tangible for me at that moment. So I had to limit you. So everybody understands the other person by limiting the other person. It is a necessity for understanding. Any object has to be limited to be understood. Suppose I have this flower vase, I cannot see the whole flower vase at that moment. I have to see the petal, then the flower, then the stem, then the whole thing. Even then, when I am looking here, that is gone. Why? Because our perception is limited, and it is meant to be that way. Then only we can perceive things. So that is called Meyatma. But Vishnu is Ameyatma. He is not available like that. You cannot contain him in this limiting adjuncts, because he is Ameyatma. That is why he is called as Ameyatma. So if you don't understand Vishnu Sahasranama, don't worry, because he is Ameyatma. Pursha Kapir Ameyatma. Yeah. So for understanding, the first thing you do is union, yoga. If you want to understand Carnatic music, so you have to have a yoga with the guru first. You need to find a teacher. You go sit in front of him, or if you want to understand Sanskrit, first thing you have to have yoga with the book. You need to buy a Sanskrit book. So any understanding you will have only after union of two things. Because when you want to understand something, we have to presume that you don't know it first. And what you don't know, you have to acquire. These are the tools you need to get it. That is called yoga. Yoga means union. Union with the unknown. apraptasya praptihi yogaha. That's what Shankara writes in the Gita. So whatever you have not got, trying to get it is called yoga, that process. Apraptasya praptihi. If you don't have prapti of Carnatic music, you try to do it, it is called Carnatic music yoga. So apraptasya praptihi. But Vishnu, sarva yoga vinisrataha. There are so many yogas, right? Raja yoga, bhakti yoga, vishada yoga. What is that yoga of that guy? Bikram yoga. Bikram yoga is yoga patented by Bikram Singh. So there are so many yogas. Any thing which you are trying to attain, that path is called a yoga. There are 18 yogas in the Bhagavad Gita. The first one is called as Arjuna Vishada Yoga. The second one is as Sankhya Yoga. Yoga just means a chapter there, that's all. Yoga means a chapter. So yoga means attainment. Sarva Yoga, all non-understood things are attained through union. But Vishnu is Vinisrataha, unavailable. Vinisrataha means not available. Sarva Yoga Vinisrataha, one who is not available to any form of yoga. That is Vishnu. So what does he say? Sarva Sambandha Nirgadaha. Yoga means Sambandha. Yoga means what? Association. To know something, you have to associate with it. So why do people date? Because they want Sambandha. They want to know. In our times, parents used to know each other. That was good enough. That was the Sambandha. We call it Sambandha actually in South India.
Yes.
Sambandhi means the person who offered you that. Yeah. So, but here, Sambandha is to know. Yoga is to know. You have to know. Then after knowing, then you come to a conclusion, come to a judgment, whether you can really be with this person for the next 50 years. I don't know how you do it. At least the parents have the wisdom of 40 years of wisdom to back their judgment. But that's how they do modern yoga. But Vishnu, Sarva Sambandha Vinirgadaha, he is outside all these connections. He is unavailable for judgment by these associations. Hence, he is called as Sarva Yoga Vinisritaha. That is what Shankara writes. Sarva Sambandha Vinirgadaha. Sarva Yoga Vinisritaha. One who is not under the purview of yoga. How do you know that? He quotes the Brihadarnika. Asango Hyayam Purushaha. How will you associate with the thing? If you are able to grab it, if you are able to say, come sit in the library, let us have an association, have a satsanga, then you will have sangha. But Vishnu is something asangaha. He is like the sky. You cannot capture the sky. How do you capture the sky? You cannot. Similarly, Atma, Sarvatma, Vishnu cannot be captured. Hence he is Sarva Sangha Vinisritaha. That is what the Upanishad say. Sarva Asango Hyayam Purushaha. Ayam Purushaha, Ayam Vishnu. Asangaha. He does not have association with anything. Iti Srutehe. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महिं महिषा गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ओम शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः.
So, just by the last explanation that Vishnu is not conquerable or Vishnu is not comprehensible. And also for...
no, I didn't say comprehensible. Comprehend means understand.
To understand.
You can understand him.
But that paradox always exists, right? That he is so vast that we cannot put him in a nutshell. but at the same time we want to put him in a statue or something so that he's within our reach.
No, we don't put him in a statue. Vishnu in a statue is called Archavatara. Archavatara is a Shastric term. It came from the Maharshis. The Maharshis worshipped Vishnu in the statue. They did not worship the statue. Statue is Maya.
Yes, that I understand.
No. So, those are not done by us, first of all.
Okay.
Those achara, those practices were handed down by the rishis.
I didn't ask by myself. So that is it. So, so are we as a devotee permanently in this middle state of just being awed by this?
Correct. That's a very good question. What you are asking is, just like Vishnu is Achyutaha, is infallible. He does not fall from his state of brilliance or awareness. He never falls. So what happens to us? Are we going to be in Nitya Naraka? Are we going to be in eternal suffering? No. The answer is no. Why? Because earlier we said that the Swarga, he is called Siddhi. He is called Siddhi, a state that which can be attained by Shraddha and Vishwasa. And like Swarga, he is not fallible. Once you attain Vishnu, you don't come back from there. You don't end up back in the samsara. So that is the basic answer to the question. Then why are we in this present flux, the problematic state? That is because of our avidya or ajnana. So that has to be removed by knowing. Vishnu's grace can help you only in helping you know. Vishnu cannot do more than creating the conditions of you to know. But knowing itself has to be done by you. And that knowledge has to be unfolded by a person who knows. And you have to know by learning. Even if you go to Vaikuntha and sit with Vishnu, in order for you to get enlightened, to become Sarupya, become like Vishnu, you need to know. And that knowledge can come only from your learning. And by that learning, it is possible to get out of this flux. Vedanta Vijnana Sunischitartha Sannyasa Yoga Yataya Shuddha Sattva Te Brahma Loke Tu Para Antakale Para Amrutat Parimuchyanti Sarve. Every single atom, everybody will be freed. How? Sunischitartha. When the artha, the meaning is sunischita, when it is understood firmly. Shuddha Sattvaha, by purifying the mind. So, you can listen to the Gita in 1,000 talks, but the understanding will not be given to an impure mind. Only the pure mind can grasp the nischaya. That is why he says, Shuddha Sattvaha Sunischidartaha. When the mind becomes Shuddha and Sattvika, then it becomes Sunischita. If not, the mind can get the concept, still it can be Anischita. It can have doubts. So it will have that understanding. It will have an understanding that I am happiness, I am good, but there will be doubts. That doubt can go only by your own nischaya. And that nischaya will come only by your pursuing the knowledge. So Vishnu is constantly watching how you are doing. He is watching your progress. The possibility of you are ever going to be here is only when you want it that way. Only by your choice you are remaining here. Vishnu is very eager to get you back. But because of your choice you are here.
This is are you done?
Yes.
This nothing to do with the lesson. As I'm going around giving my respect to all around left to right,
Yeah.
I just noticed there are some white bodies and some black bodies. Do they mean anything?
Yes. It means they are from South India or North India. That's all it means. Because in North India, we don't get black granite. It is available only in Kadapa. In the southern part of India, you get black granite. So all the stones made in South India are black. In the northern, we don't get black granite, we get white marbles. So we build the Taj Mahal. And Badrinaran, everything is white stone because it's available. So if you get turmeric paste, you can make it the ball and call it Ganesha. You are not worshipping that stone, but the spirit behind it. The spirit is everywhere, including the stone. Just like behind the glass, you can see your face, but there is no clarity. In order to see it clearly, you have to go and stand in the restroom in front of the mirror. Then you can exactly see yourself, your body. So similarly, though God is everywhere, in that white stone or in that black stone, He is very clear. You can actually, whatever the rishis have written, the dhyana slokas, that dhyana, that form which they have realized, it is very visible in that form. So though God is everywhere, though God has no form, to get to that formless, you need the form. That is why some are black and some are white. It has nothing to do with racism.
It seems like
It has something to do with availability.
the Srinathji I have always seen in black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he is Krishna. Krishna means the dark one. So even though they don't get white stones there, they try to go and get black stones. Krishna means the dark one. See, all colors merge, they become black.
We have Vishnu Sahasranam, Lalita Sahasranam, Ganesha Sahasranam, Shiva. Are they all similar?
Yes, they are all similar. They are all similar in the sense. See, there is a stotra called Harim Ide Stotra. Harim Ide means I worship. Ide means I worship or I praise. Harim Ide. Brahma Vishnu Rudrahutasau Ravichandrau Indro Vayuhu Yajna Iti Tham Parikalpya Yam Bahudhahur Mati Bhedat Tam Samsaradhvantam Harimide. This is the sloka by Shankara. What he says is, Brahma, there is a Sahasranama for him. Because Brahma is the Lord of intelligence. Brahma is the Lord of intellect. Agni is the Lord of speech. Agni is the Lord of speech. Brahma, Vishnu, Rudra is Shiva. Hutasha is Agni. Indra is the Lord of intellect. Or Medha Shakti, the power of retention. Vayu is the Lord of Balam. Vayu is the Lord of Balam. That's why Bhima, Hanuman, they are all Vayuputras. They are very strong. Vayu is for Balam. So, Ittam Mati Bhedat Parikalpya. Because of Mati Bheda, because of the differences in conceptualization. What is Mati? Conceptualize. You cannot understand a thing without conceptualizing it. A very subtle thing has to be understood by making it into a concept. So you start by saying X. You assume something. Then you build up the equation. Then you arrive at a concept. So that conceptualization is called as Mati Bheda. Differences in concepts. Because of this, we have got all these different forms. There are multitude forms which you don't know in South Africa, Voodoo, Allah, so many are there. Don't you think they are all inhibited by Brahman? Yes, Brahman, the God, Spirit is everywhere. But because of the Mati Bheda of the person who worships, limitation of the person, he brought out this different Yam Santam Tam Bahudhahur, that one Santam, one existential truth. Bahuda Ahuhu. Ahu said, Bahuda, many ways. Tam samsara dhvantam. Why was they said? Because to remove the unhappiness of samsara. Dhvanta means darkness, depression. Tam samsara dhvantam harimide. That Hari I worship. That's what he says. So the truth is one. It is indivisible. It is non-dual. And it is Hari. But he is called by many names. So all these forms are valid. That is the greatness of our Vedic religion. We don't say that one is above the other. We say that this is good for kindergarten. This is good for 10th grade. This is good for the desert, people in the desert. This is good for the people in South India. We have that gradation. And everything is validated. We don't tease or ridicule any of the form. Because by teasing one form, you are reducing the spirit behind that. That's what we say. Akashat patitam toyam yatha gacchati sagaram. Toyam, the water which falls in the earth. Gacchati sagaram. It ends up in the ocean. Sarvadeva namaskaraha. All the praises, even it can be gibberish to you. When a Muslim prays, it will sound like gibberish to you. But to the mother, to the goddess, it is not gibberish. She gets a meaning. She gets a spirit behind that language. Sarvadeva namaskaram keshavam pradigacchati. So everything goes to Vishnu. Similarly, Sarvadeva tiraskaraha. If you try to put down something, that fanaticism, that is also directly going to that Lord. And he will take care of that as well. That's why when people say that I am God, Hiranyakashipu said that. Hiranyakashipu namaha. Kamsa said that. Kamsaya namaha. I am Brahman, I am Kamsa, I am the Lord. And he came. Yata yata hi dharmasya glanirbhavati bharata abhyutthanam adharmasya tada atmanam sujamiham. He comes and annihilates them, reduces them. Without taking a weapon, he did it last time as Buddha. No weapons, merely by words, by preaching non-violence. He convinced the wrongdoers, the violent people. So that is the idea behind this many forms. The many forms, you need that forms because you have a form. In order to convince yourself, because you have a form, you believe that you have a form, you don't have a form. In your sleep, you don't have a form. And you are very happy there. But you wake up in the morning and call yourself something. You limit yourself. You make yourself very small. So all this worship, prayer, understanding will make you really big. Right now we are thinking we are the waves, we are not. We are really the ocean. That understanding will come through this. And that has to start with a form. Without Ishta, there is no getting there. Ishto, Vishishta, Shishteshta. That's what we read 3 classes ago. Without Ishta, that Vishesha, that speciality will not come to you. So to begin with, you need that form. That is our tradition. Any form.
We said, when we spoke about Maya, we said Vishnu creates this Maya to...
he has it as a Shakti. He does not create it.
Yeah.
He creates with it. Using it. Because Vishnu himself is Akarta. What does he do? Peacefully sleeps. That's all he does. He does not move away from the Milky Ocean. Constantly he is sitting there. Then who does this work for him? Blowing is done by the wind. Shining is done by the sun. All these people do their work. But what he does, he sits in the chair, chairman. But just by being the chairman, he really gets it done. So, and
my question was whether we are all just like saying that we are all actors in the world. We are all created just for the Narayanayameva Priya.
They are created to free the jivas from ajnana. All of them are See, the difference between our religion, Vedic religion and other religion is, Vedic religion is not preaching. Vedic religion is a teaching. Why you need to be taught? Because there is no necessity to be you to be salvaged, because you are not bad in the first place, but you are only ignorant. You are not bad, but you are ignorant. There is a difference between being bad and being ignorant. Being bad means I have already made a judgment on you. There is no division as good and evil. But when I am saying you are ignorant, you are saying that. You are saying I don't know. Then I say, okay, the Shastra can help you. Shastra is like a dictionary. You can open and look at the meaning and get it. So that is the difference. So life is nothing but a teaching. Life is nothing but a teaching. And what is a book of teaching? What is a book used? The book is known as Anubhava, experience. So through experience, Vishnu teaches you. And how do you get these experiences? Through the sense organs. Is the sense organ created by you? No, it was given to you. By whom? By these deities. Chandrama, Manaso, Jataha. The mind is born from the moon. Chaksho, Suryo, Ajayata. The eyes were created by the sun. So all these deities are at work. And working for whom? For Vishnu. So when the post of secretary is available, you also can apply and become the moon. Did you know that? So each of these deities, they are all there because of their... You have heard the stories of people becoming Indra after doing 100 Ashwamedha Yagas. So the post of Indra is available for anybody who does 100 Ashwamedha Yagas. You can attain Indra Padavi. And after the... until the next guy comes with the 100 Yagas, he is going to be the post. That is why we say in the prayer, Swaswadhikara Mahimadhikamarthayantaha. The Suprabhadam we say that. They all line up in front of Vishnu's gate and ask for Adhikara. Give me these powers. Give me this post of Indra, of Surya, of Yama. They go and get that from that Chaitanya, from the consciousness. So that is the purpose of human life. It is to make you undergo this experience and make you inquisitive. The hope of Vishnu is some point you will become aware of your ignorance and start fighting it and start questioning your limitation so that you become limitless. And that has to be learned from a person who already has an intellectual understanding that he is limitless. You cannot learn from a person who is insecure. If you go and marry an insecure person, you become insecure. So it has to come from a secure source, that is Shastra. Shastra is the Shastrasya Guru Vakyasya Satya Buddhya Vadharana Sasraddha Kadita Sadbhihi Yaya Vishnu Padharyate. So Vishnu is understood by Avadharana, by understanding. How do you understand Vishnu? By understanding. No big deal. But how does that understanding come? By Shraddha. By your commitment. You can question each and every statement of the Shastra, of the scripture. You have to, in fact. You should not accept anything which does not appeal to your logic. But at the same time, that benefit of doubt should be given to the scripture. That openness should be there. You cannot be haughty and arrogant about it.
So ultimate goal for the human form is to go back to Vishnu Loka.
No. Then what about Shiva Loka? What about all the Muslims and Christians? The ultimate goal of every person is to know himself. To your happiness.
But then we'll have to come back.
No. You are not going anywhere, first of all. You are everywhere. When you are the ocean, what is the place you are not? You go to Vishnu Loka to learn. Why do you go to Vishnu Loka? To learn from Vishnu. Karmana Pitrlokaha Vidyaya Deva Lokaha. Vidya means Upasana, worship. Vidya means what? Sri Vidya, the greatest worship available. So Vidya means Upasana. By Upasana you attain that Loka. If you are a Shiva worshipper, you go to Kailasa. If you are an Allah worshipper, you go to Saudi Arabia. If you are a Vishnu worshipper, you go to Vaikuntha. If you are a Brahma worshipper, you go to Brahmaloka. If you are a Devi worshipper, you go to Srinagara. So similar, there are for all upasakas, that lineage, that parampara, they have a world view. They have written a world view. Those acharyas will tell you where you are going. But all the slokas are only for going and understanding about yourself. Because you are thinking that you are not capable of understanding, you try to become secure by running away from this insecurity. And in that process, you might go to Vishnuloka, to Parma library, or wherever you are going for that knowledge. But ultimately, you have to know. That is the purpose of human life.
Ultimate goal.
It's not to go to any loka.
Yeah.
Any loka you go, again you have to go and learn about yourself. Self-realization. Who are you? That you have to understand. And ultimately you begin your life with yourself and you end it with yourself. Nobody is going to be with you.
But generally we say that to go to Swarga, then you come back.
Yes.
On the side.
After you are exhausting with the punya, you come back.
And then Vaikuntha Loka, is that what is?
What?
Vaikuntha Loka.
Vaikuntha Loka, you don't come back. That is what the Shruti says. Once you attain Vaikuntha, you cannot come back. Why? Para anta kale paramrutat parimuchanti sarve. Everybody in the Vaikuntha Loka will be free. You know the meaning of Vaikuntha? Kuntha means limited. In Telugu they say that Kuntuvadu, meaning a person who has lost his limb. Anybody who has lost a limb is called. So Kuntha is a person who is lazy, who is insecure, who is limited. Vaikuntha is you have no limitations. Why are you given that unlimited state? Because so that you can learn, you can understand. All the dark corners of your mind is gone. Anything is revealed to you. You become awake, you become Buddha. That is the purpose of going to Vaikuntha. It is not, again, I will go there and serve Trump or somebody. That is not the idea. Why do you want to become a bonded slave there? You can do it here. So you are going there to learn, to know. Sarvam karma khilam partha jnane parisamapyate. Hey Arjuna, the purpose of all this moving, going, doing is to know. That is what Gita says. The end of all activity is knowing. All the activity should end in knowing. Knowing whom? Yourself. There is only one truth. That truth is you. And that has to be known.
Yeah, someone asked someone asked Ramana Maharshi, if you go to Vaikuntha, what will Vishnu say? Vishnu will say, realize yourself, know who you are.
Yeah.
Why do you need to go there? You do it here.
Vishnu can teach you probably. When you go there, such a powerful person like Vishnu, he can immediately make you see that. So you will, once you go to Vaikuntha or Kailas, there is no coming back. There is no need to. Because why would you go to kindergarten again? Unless you want some chocolates. You have got a PhD, that's it. You can never go back in knowledge. Once you wake up, you have woken up. So it is the next level Vaikuntha, where there is no Kuntha, where there is no limitation for you. So don't take all the stories literally in this class. Here, nothing is literal. We have to take the intended meaning. You are most welcome to give a better meaning, I will accept. Because it is not a teaching, it is Sangha. It is an association. There is no learner or teacher. It's only trying to know.
Discussion for.
Mm-hmm. Namaste.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is this your phone?
Yes.